Okay, so after I defeat Radahn, I like to get down into Nokron and grab the Mimic Tear Ashes. Then I like to take that run from Nokron all the way to the Lake of Rot, grab and upgrade materials, because with what I already have from above ground, I can get a couple Ash summons to +10 and a few weapons to +9s. So that's what this is. So let's get it started. So we're going to start our adventure here at the Fort Height West Grace in order to get down into Nokron. We need to get to the Nokron Eternal City Grace so we can start our adventure. So this is kind of like the path we're going to take. But anyway, it's a hidden city. And so on the right, we're going to travel down there to the Grace. And on the left-hand side, I'm going to remind myself how I got this hidden city to open up. So you see there, we're going to Fort Herath on the left side. And we need to get 2 pieces of the medallion, the Dectus medallion. So this one here will be the right half. And then while I'm still here at Fort Herath, before I leave, I'm going to grab a talisman on the way out. That can be very handy, especially early game. Just gonna make a tricky jump right there, and then just avoid a couple guys here. And grab it right there, so we got the Radagon Source Seal, so it's a talisman. And then we're gonna go back to Fort Height West to get the other half of the medallion. And this is the Dectus medallion, so we can operate the lift. Because basically, to open up Nokron, you have to defeat Radahn. And you can start Ronnie's quest line and do a bunch of stuff. So you can get the festival started at Redmane Castle, but the easier way is just to get a grace on the Altus Plateau. Okay, so this is the way I like to go. Go around the castle on the outside, hit the teleport in the middle of the lake, head over there, get Dakaria Manor, run over across the chasm there to the church and up to the Grand Lift of Dectus here. But this is the easiest way to get up here to the Altus Plateau. And so we just need to touch a grace and go ahead and rest that as well. And what that does is it starts the festival, so we can actually fight Radahn at Redmane Castle. Otherwise, you won't be able to fight him. So even if you're having trouble with Ronnie's questline completing, grab a grace on the Altus Plateau, and usually it starts the festival. Come over here across the bridge, right there where you see. Take that teleporter over, we'll grab the grace, and then we'll get to the room with all the other warriors that are going to be helping us out in this fight. Go ahead and talk to them. One of them usually gives you a gesture that you probably don't want to miss out on. And then talk to this guy to get the whole thing started. Now we just have to head out the back, go down the lift, and hit another teleporter to start this. And so once he's defeated, we're going to see a cutscene here shooting right there across the screen, and that's what's going to open up the hidden city. So we can go down here and grab the grace like we just did. And then we'll be seen here at the Nokron Eternal City Grace. And man, I hope that all made sense because I had to talk so fast. But now that we're here, we can get things started. Okay, so the plan is to run around and grab all the ghosts first in the area, and then the Sombers. And for the most part, it works pretty good, that plan. I'm not 100% sure that this is all of the ghosts and Sombers that you can get along the way, but it'd have to be pretty close because I searched everywhere, so I don't know. And if you don't have the map to this area, it's over in Siofra River. I'm going to put that at the very, very end of the video, though. So if you don't have it, don't worry. I'll put it down there so you can check that out. Now you might have noticed that I'm resetting at the Grace after every run here. And I do that so I don't get too confused of where I'm at, because I get confused when I'm running around everywhere and won't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to be doing that through the whole video too. Since I'm going to be cutting up this video into smaller pieces, since most people don't want to watch an hour-long video. I mean, even I don't. So it just makes it easier to do everything. Now this bell bearing will allow us to purchase ghosts 1, 2, and 3 from the twin maidens at the round table hold. So I'm going to show where we can get, because the other one's on the way, and then I'll put the other one so you'll know where to get all 3 bell bearings in this video too. So. So of course you see the boss door here. So if you have any trouble with this fight, of course, all you have to do is before you go through the door, take off your armor and take off your weapon or switch them or whatever. And then after the fight starts, just put them back on. You should have no problem with this fight then. Now this one here, I was going for a Ghost 3, but there is a beetle right here on this bridge, and that's the Somber 5. And it decided to jump off right there before I could do it last, so that's why I had to do it first here. So now we'll go down and get the Ghost 3. Now I ran all over this place with my torch, even over there underneath that bridge. I died a lot falling down there, but these are the only ones I could find, so I don't know. There's other things around, you know, like talismans and things like that in this, all these locations we're going, but I'm pretty much just sticking to the Sombers and the Ghosts as much as I can. Okay, so now we're going to make a run for the Mimic tier. So make sure you bring probably a few. I know it's at least one stone sword key with you, but you probably already have some, so. And I imagine you're already grabbing all the shinies along the way anyway, like the one right here that we're going to run past. Pretty sure that's a black wet blade. Now instead of going left to get the Mimic tier, we go right. And we'll get to the next Grace down here. See, once you get Nokron open, it's not that hard to go down here and get the Mimic tier at all. Now we're going to go straight ahead. The thing is with this chest, it will not be opening if you have not talked to Ronnie and accepted to do her quest for her. It'll say something about you're not destined to open this thing. But if you have talked to her, you can get a Ghost 10 out of it. I'm going to show you where we can get 2 more Ghost 10s, so 3 in total in this video anyway, so without having to do her quest line. And so if we retrieve what she wants out of this and bring it back to her, it'll mess up a bunch of quests. So basically don't do that. You can still grab this out of here and talk to her and say, yeah, I'll go get it, but don't give her back that, because basically don't even go and talk to her at all for anything, because you'll basically complete the quest. And then she'll mess up a bunch of things, like if you want to get the Dung Eater as a puppet, and there's some talismans and stuff, whatnot. But at least one I know. But it just screws up everything. But so you can just keep it there and use the 10. Because she has a lot of quest lines, and her quest line, I remember on one thing, it was like at the end of the game before I even bothered doing it, and it was still fine, so I was like, I don't know. But now we're going to go to the kind of secret place, if you're not up here looking around. The siofra or siofra, whatever you want to call it, aqueduct thing. Yeah, I have no idea that. I like to do these maps, but I think sometimes they're accurate, but most of the time I don't know what the heck is going on. But I do try to make them to match up. Now that guy right there, you see him kinda? He's gonna drop a Somber 6 if you defeat him, so. Yes, he did kill me, so. Not this time. Okay. Okay, let's pretend we went go this way instead of fighting him. Now here we're gonna have another boss fight. So what I do is use the rocks to the left, right when you come to the boss door, right where I'm at here, to go back and forth and heal and avoid. And at this moment in the game, I can have a +5 mimic to help me with this fight, and it's no problem. I don't have a problem with it ever with this, since I can do that. And we gotta run clear to the back here and grab this Grace here, because from here we're gonna take the coffin to the deeproot depths. So. So right here. Now you'll see here, we're right underneath the city, the capital. There's another way down here through the capital, and I have a video up on that where I go down and get the stone shield thingy. I already put that up. But of course, you still have to get to the capital and defeat the bosses, and go down into the shunning grounds, defeat the bosses down there, and get through the puzzle, and to do that. So here, you just defeat Radon, go through Nokron, and get there. It's much faster, much easier to get all this upgrade stuff just by defeating Radon. And the boss we just saw. The other boss was pretty easy, so I don't really count him as a boss. I want to make sure you look around because this is just these. There's lots of talisman, Asher Wars, and beetles to whack around this place everywhere. But I'm just mainly wanted to remind myself what the Sombers and Ghosts were for upgrading stuff. Because after I do this run, I really don't have any problems with pretty much any bosses for a long time that I run into. Not with a +10 Mimic and a few +9 weapons anyway. Because as you're probably aware of, you can get some high-end Somber stones above ground, especially in Caelid and stuff. But of course you're missing the 7, right? The Somber 7, and most people believe the earliest one, you know, Volcano Manor, there's one over there. And of course once you do get to the capital, Lanedale, underneath the shunning grounds there, you'll have a few easy ones you can get, and then in front of Dung Eater's cell, you can farm the little hand guys for 7s as well, at least until you open the cell and talk to Dung Eater. But if you could come down here, we're going to be coming up on it pretty soon, you can get 5 Somber 7s right here in Deeproot, and by the time we get to the Lake of Rot, we'll have 11 total. 11 7s down here, and that's right after you get here, which I find easier than dealing with roly-poly guy at the Volcano Manor. So, because I always seem to run out of sleep pots, and then it's just like, just give up. So, and that's only 1. So, also early on, Ghost 5s, which is the next thing we're going to do here after we go through here and grab the map. We're going to be grabbing 5 of them right here. Right after we grab this map here, get to the Grace. So those are really rare in the early game too. We go over to Siofra River, which I already have a video on going through that thing. You know, you get there right after you start the game. But down here, there's quite a few of them. So that's what we're going after right now. Some Ghost 5s. This video is so long and I feel like I should be talking more, but I don't know what to say. It's like, or if I should say. Now in that area here, you have those little froggy dudes spraying stuff at you, but I got the beast repellent torch on my back. And so if you got that there or in your hand, of course, they won't bother you. So that's why they're doing that. And you can hear the mausoleum dinging there in the background. This is a good place. As long as it's standing, you can farm the soldiers that spawn around it for smithing stones. They'll drop 4, 5s, and 6s. And early game, of course, other than Capital that I know of, the guys in there, because I already have videos up on it, these guys down here drop 6s. And you can get the bell bearing to buy smithing stone 6s right after you get to the snowfields past the Capital, a little ways down the road there. But before early game, it's like down here and inside the Capital, so you can see how we got down here pretty easy. So, and of course, farming for those things is not fun, and it takes forever, it seems like, to get them. But if you want a +6 smithing weapon or smithing stone weapon, then those are your two options, basically. Now, of course, the thing is with these Ghost 7s is the bell bearing to get them is in the late game area, the Hallig Tree, right? And we'll pick up the bearing to buy 4, 5, and 6 in Noxtella, but that last bell bearing to get these 7, 8s, and 9s is, you know, in-game area, real many bosses away. So basically, don't waste them. That guy there, if you go behind him in the tree, there's a chest with his armor in it. But can't remember if you have to defeat him or not. I don't think you do. I think you can just run past him. But I think you get something too when you defeat him anyway. So. I haven't really thought of a title for the video yet, so I think I'm going to say, because I really think I think it's all of them. Well, it's all the ones that I know of, so I'll work with that. All ghosts and all sombers. Hopefully it is. If it's not, I hope somebody says in the comments where there's another one, so we all know where it's at, or where they're at, or whatever. Look at all the ones we found so far. I probably wouldn't think there's that many of these things down here, but there's a bunch of them. Oh, there we go. Somber Smithing Zone 7. Okay, so we got 5 of them. I think once you know that there's 5 of them down here, then all the other ones we're going to grab on the way, we'll probably never bother with that Volcano Manor one ever again. And of course, this last one is the one like when you're going, after you get the Ghost 7, you just come back and drop down that hole there and grab it. That body right there will have it on it. And right below there, there's a big bear that if you defeat him, you'll get the a talisman from them. But it's not an easy fight, of course. Okay, good, now we are done. We've got everything that I know of in here. Well, at least the Ghost and Sombers that I want to show you what those are. There's a bunch of other stuff and loot that you can grab around here, but that's a whole nother video, a bunch of videos. This is the coffin you can take to get to Upper Ainsel River without doing anything with Ronnie's questline. Usually, you'll have to talk to her, bring her back the Finger Slayer blade. She will leave to go do her mission, and then in the tower in the north of the map there, you'll find a teleporter that'll bring you over here, and then right here on that, to the left right there, there'll be a miniature Ronnie doll. You have to talk to that doll like 3 or 4 times at a grace, and she'll tell you then to go defeat an enemy down here, the Balefell Shadow or something like that. I'll point it out when we get to that area, because we got here without doing anything with her quest. So the tower and the location next to Karya Manor there, where you find Ronnie's tower, you also find in the north Rena's Rise. That's the tower with the teleporter. And so you can use it right away. You don't have to use the inverted statue and go do all that stuff. You just go over there, take the teleporter over here, pick up the Ronnie's doll, go to the Grace, talk to it a bunch of times until it starts talking to you. And then you can get that mission started there. Because one of the reasons to do and to start Ronnie's quest line is once you get to the Moonlight Altar, of course, you can get when you defeat an enemy at an Evergel, you can get a powerful Ash summons up there. Of course, you want to be careful, like I said before. I think you don't want to give her back the Finger Slayer Blade before you do a bunch of other quests, so you don't miss out on some stuff. So make sure you get all that stuff done too. As well, if you want those things, since now you know you can still get over here without doing those quests with her to grab all this great upgrade material. Sorry I didn't speed this up a little bit more, but I know you can do that, like I think in the controls when you're watching the video. You can speed it up a little bit if you need to. I'm just doing a casual jog here. Now, of course, I don't know why I grabbed that one instead of the one in front of me. The proper way to do that is to just grab everything, of course, but we'll be right back there in a second to grab the other ones. I'm standing in front of the one I want to grab, and it grabs the one clear to the left. So I have no idea why I did that. We're going right back there now, though. And yes, that monster is annoying, shooting those things at us, and I'm going to kill it in a minute. But we got to do it in order, so. Yeah, and right here in the front, 2 6s. Now we're going for the Somber 7 if this guy drops when you defeat him. And it'll be a short fight. I should have sped most of this up, but oh well. There. Get rid of him. The baby boss or baby maelstrom or whatever. Somber Smithing Stone 7. Okay. Now we're gonna go to Noxtella. I hope that's not too fast. So sometimes if it's too fast, it makes me sick to my stomach, so I like to not do it too fast. But so I figure if it makes me sick, it's probably making everybody else sick. Or at least somebody. There we go. We are here. Now these are easy. You just gotta go up, down the river, grab them left and right. But of course, first thing we're gonna get is the map. You might already have the map. It's in Lower Ainsel River, the place that's below this, that we'll be able to see. But a lot of people don't know it even exists, and you get there right after you start the game, basically. I mean, I had no problems testing that out, and I ran over there, got right down in there. I'm going to put that here after we're done with all this stuff, so we know where it's at, because we can grab some Ghost 1 and 2s in there, and at the very end there's a 10 after we defeat a boss down there. But the map is down there, so we're going to go down this way, because that shiny right above our head right there is a 6, Somber 6. That way if you don't have it yet, the map, we'll know where it's at. Yeah, that's another one of those things. That one I don't think drops anything though. Usually I'll just shoot arrows at that thing to kill it. Oh, the wing of the staff. It's a sword. Pretty good special ability on that thing too. I remember when I went to the gate front and testing it out, it like was killing them all constantly, and I was surprised how powerful it was. And this is where the map is. Okay, now we can start collecting ghosts again. Now, of course, I already have a playlist for where the ghosts are in the game. So if you run out of these, you can check that, and hopefully you haven't used them all up yet, especially with those 7, 8s, and 9s. Like I said, there's not, before you get that bell bearing, of course, there's not that many in the base game. Not as many as you think there would be. And so, of course, normally you would just run down the river and just grab all those back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's pretty easy. But you can see how this area has high level upgrade material early in the game that you can get here early. Right after you grab a Grace on the Altus, and rest at it or whatnot, you can fight Radon. Of course, it's a very difficult fight, but it really opens up, if you're having any trouble with anything, you can get all this stuff early. and make most of the game were pretty easy. Now, I'm not sure why they put this Ghost 9 in a chest. Because we're going for a Ghost 10 right now, or a Great Ghost Ghost 10. Now, I've already gone up the stairs here and drawn him down, because I already have, you know, the base game Ghost Glovewort, Great Ghost Glovewort location video was already up a long time ago, so that's all this is part of it. But that way those guys aren't in my way. Still have the ball to mess with and another ball inside there, but I'm pretty sure you still get a larval tier when you defeat him, but hopefully that hasn't changed. Here's a Great Ghost. You just gotta make a run for it, right? So right now, I'm already at the point where I can upgrade my Mimic or whatever Ash I want to a plus 10 with everything we've collected already. This is the second bell bearing there, so we can buy 4, 5, and 6, like the round table hold from the Twin Meetings. Now we're going for this Somber 7, which is so easy to run past, you don't even know it's there. Yeah, there's a room right here. So I think we're up to 7 Somber 7s right now, with a 5 in the monster we defeated, and then that one. We're about to grab another one. So every time I hear people say it's hard to find them early game, I say just get down in Nokron. You'll have one hard boss fight when you get down here, and then you can just go run for them. So there's one there. We're gonna run out the door here. I'm gonna grab a 6 up here. Or from a beetle. I was trying to raise my torch there, but I didn't have it in my hand, so I punched. What a noob. And right there where that Somber 7 was, you can look down below. We'll be showing that area as well, the lower ainsel well, basically how to get down in there and grab all the 1s and 2s and stuff. When I explain this to people, it's usually kind of confusing to explain where that thing is at, but This way I'll just have a video, so I just say, hey, just go watch that video that I put up, so it's easier for me than explaining it all the time. Because believe it or not, even years after this game has come out, everybody would still talk about it, what you can do and where you can go and how to do stuff, so it's a lot of fun. And I haven't gotten tired of playing it yet, so we're about to run out of ghosts here. We got this ghost coming up and another one. Okay, now we're coming up to the area here next. Where is the enemy that Ronnie wants you to go defeat? And when we do defeat them, we'll get the a key that'll open up the chest in Renala's room at the academy. Of course, to get to the chest, you have to defeat her, the boss, you know, the academy, library, whatnot. And in this area right here is where you'll fight him to get that key. That'll give you, of course, the ring that will dispel a barrier that'll be blocking us from getting to the Moonlight Altar, which will be coming up as well, which I'll show you. But you can get pretty far and go down and defeat the boss all the way through here without having to do anything with our quest. And then we do, you know, we just have these areas here that you have to deal with. But I always find the fight with Renala pretty difficult. She one-shots me more than anything. It's just really frustrating for me, I don't know. Now, there might have been a few things we've come across, some talismans we could have picked up along the way here, and even the mushroom set to, you know, make it so we don't get rot as fast. But really, if I'm just running down here to grab these guys here, you know, I'm not going to stay down here on vacation or nothing. I'm just running, grabbing things and healing as I'm going to grab these things. And I'm okay with grabbing them one at a time from the thing, from a grace, so I don't have no problem with it, with not wearing any extra stuff. And that's it for the Somber 7s. So that should have given us 11 Somber 7s with those. Got a couple more 8s. And a 9. And another ghost. Now this is the one where we got to get across the lava to get to the next ones. And I just think it's easier that way. So I'll come down here, grab the map and head across. So you look for these pillar things, right? With those things here, and you'd step on this pad here, the pressure pad and whatnot. And it'll raise the next section up. Now, sometimes when I first do this, I would just wait for the rod to go down, which could take 5 minutes. And I got used to just running across. Just look for those. There's one. Just run for it. Before I lose my mind over here, it's like, hey, let's go. So I let my the rot buildup get down a little bit, but it wasn't far enough. So now usually I'll have flame cleanse me or whatnot and be doing that along the way, but like I said, I got enough heals here. You can see the torches off in the distance there. So after these lift up, I just say forget it. Just make a run for the torches. It's like, just keep healing and running. It'll be close. But once we make it here, we can grab ourselves, be able to get a Somber 9, and of course another Ghost 9. I still had a few left when I started with like, what, 10? So... there you go, now I got it up. Flame Cleanse Me. So normally if you have that, you would just use that to clear the your build up there. Now we have a fight coming up here. Which will drop a great weapon, which I like, the Gravitas Ashawar, which I use a lot on my other weapons here through the playthrough. Alabaster Lord. Yeah. Now don't worry if you fall off from here, I'll show you how to get back up here. Or if he defeats you or whatnot, so you can get back up here. Somber 9. But first we're going to come around here and grab a Somber 6 from a beetle. There it is, right there. Oh man, he's making me look bad. Jeez. I died from a beetle. Okay, let's pretend that didn't happen and that we turn around the corner here. So this is how you get up to the ladder to get back up to the top here. So here's the ladder right there. So if you if that guy defeats you or if you fall off or whatever happens, you just gotta climb back up here to give it another go. Now out here in the Lake of Rot, of course, you'll find some other things to grab, but there's a mini boss. He will drop a talisman that'll help you with this rot buildup, but it hardly does anything that I can tell, just as fast anyway. So, and of course, there's a big boss out here, and he'll drop like a sword, I think, but it's nothing that I ever use, so. But they're out here too, and of course you can see, come back much later, because this is, see how fast your bar goes down? So it's just like, you have to run around and grab the mushroom set, and we'll grab the mushroom crown here because it's right after we get this thing, so. But everything you hear about this place sucking is correct. It sucks. So that was it for the Sombers. Now we're going to grab this mushroom crown here. Now we're going to come down here and grab this 9, and then onto the boss room. Of course, there's some other treasures. There's an enemy around the corner behind us, so you get a golden seed. So I'm sure you know what kind of enemy that is by now. And of course, there's a treasure chest up ahead with a dagger. And then we got the most wonderful enemy ever. I remember in Caelid when I first ran into these guys, they just one-shot you all day long. It's like, how could you even have this in the game? Okay, now we're going to head to the boss room. And of course, after you defeat the boss, and this is a difficult fight, so it's not easy at all. So it's one of those fights you do and you're like, ah, forget it. Yeah, just come back way later when you're ready. And of course, you know deep down inside though, if you get past them, if you're doing Ronnie's quest line, you have access to the Moonlight Altar, and you know what, we can go get there, of course. I'll show you, of course. So right here, so basically here, defeat the enemy, unlocks the grace, and right behind there when we go north basically, there'd be a barrier here, and that's what we need, that ring. So you gotta defeat that guy, get the ring, go get the key, go get to the academy, get the ring, come here so you can run up here and take this up to the Moonlight Altar. And of course when I get here I run out the first thing. I don't go and run and complete Ronnie's quest line just yet, because I'm pretty sure you can. Basically I just take a run over to try to get another Ash summons over here from the ringleader. Because I'm pretty sure this is what most everybody does when you first get to the Moonlight Altar. Because when you finally get over here, yeah, you're going to take a shot at that guy. Or at them. Whatever. Now we're going to take a look at where the last ghost Glovewort bell bearing is, to remind us that it is really far away. So all the 7, 8s, and 9s, you won't be able to buy them until you get this thing. And of course, there's a lot between where we're at and getting to this place. A lot of bosses, a lot of game time, a lot of hours you're going to have to put in just to get over here. So make sure you use those on summons that you really like. And of course, as we drop down here, and we're running this way, if you go to the left right here, and you go back into that room, you'll find a lift that will take us clear to the bottom, and then you'll spend probably a month trying to beat that boss, because you probably already know who that is. Maybe it won't take you a month, but I swear it took me a month. And there it is. So we're grabbing a 9 and a 7, and I'm pretty sure there's an 8 up here too, but that's where we get the third bell bearing, 7. And oh, was there another one? Yeah, there's the 8, okay. I was like, wait a minute, there's another one. I'm pretty sure you can get 7, 8, 9. And the bell bearing. Okay, so now we're gonna head over to what we were talking about earlier, the place below Nokstella. So we can get over here early game and grab 1s and 2s. Ghost Glovewort 1s and 2s. It's right there. Now there's a big golem out here, but I've never had to beat him. Usually I just run up behind him and it opens up for me and I go right through. So I've never had to defeat this guy to get it, but if you do defeat him, I'm pretty sure you get his weapon or whatnot. But it's not an easy fight, of course. Yeah, and you see how hard he hits. A couple more of those. Be the end of me. But this is where the place you originally would get the map for, or come across the map for Nokstella. You can see over here. We're gonna run through here first and grab the map, and then we'll run back, go back and grab the ghost, since if anybody's still watching, because these are just 1s and 2s, so we'll probably have a bunch of them, and we already got the bell bearing to buy as many as we want anyway. But there's other things down here. There's a talisman and whatnot. And what we're really looking for is at the end of this down here, there's a boss fight. Of course, a very overpowered boss fight. If you come down here early game, you won't. I don't think you'll. I never been beaten him that early. But at the end, I know that at least there's a Ghost 10 waiting there when I need it. See, that's the original run to come get this. Yeah, we've got the map. Okay. Now we're going to go back and start grabbing the ghosts. So basically by the end of the video we're going to have, if you're doing Ronnie's quest line, we'll have one more. You have the Gloveworts. But if you're doing a quest line, you'd end up with 3 great ghost Gloveworts and the chance to possibly get 2 excellent summons, your Mimic and the Tish summons, both to +10, right? So, and you can basically do her whole quest line right after you get to the plateau and do it all. But of course you don't want to do it like that, because if you want to check out the Dung Eater puppet, if you want to get him, check out how to do that. Of course you have to get inside Lane Del Capital to do that. And of course there's some charms and stuff, things to get too. So those are things you want to be wary of, just not rushing to get Tish because of that, because you might miss out on some other summons too. So don't be in a hurry to do it, check it out. Now, none of these ants are aggroing on me really that hard, and there's the immunizing horn charm. There, we pause for a second. Because I'm wearing a charm from doing Volcano Manor quests that, you know, hide your footsteps. And so I'm just like, I could have gotten here way earlier on this one, but Somber 3. So I was wrong, we had another Somber to go, but down here. Okay, Somber 3. And all the ghost Gloveworts too. So as you saw there, we just saw an early preview of Lake Rot, but we've already been there, of course. And now the boss fight. I'll cut it out too, just to save time, like I've been doing. We're almost done. It's probably going to take 5 hours to render this thing, so hopefully it doesn't crash. Okay, so right underneath there, the boss is going to drop down from somewhere, but once you take care of him, you'll get a spell that requires a pretty high requirement, if I remember right. I couldn't use it at all. So you gotta find the sweet spot on these chests, open them up. There you go. So once you're ready, come get this thing after you defeat that guy. And now we're going to take a look at Siofra River, or Shifra, or whatever you want to call it, or whatever it's called. We're going to go down the well, because you can do this right after you start the game. You don't have to do anything. I have a video already up, which I'll pin, where I go down here at the start of the game and grab all the ghosts. So you can get ghosts, you know, more than a few of 1s and 2s, and then you can get a couple 3s and a 4 and a 5 down here right after you start the game. And I'll usually use those on Oleg, but you can get them right after you start. So if I can get the lift to work, there you go. But this is where I'll show you where the map is here, and then if you want to know where the other things are, put that in the pinned link comment there. So basically, if you made it this far, thanks for watching, of course. And don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel or whatever. And am I forgetting something? I always feel like you're forgetting something. Because I know usually I don't like to do really long videos like this. I mean, this is the longest one I've done in years. Usually I like short ones, but hopefully you found something that helped you out here. And yeah, I think that's about it. So we'll take this up. And we'll take this grace right to the map. And then we will be done. There we go. So that's it. That'll help you out with Nokron as well. Thanks for watching. Good luck.